Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Money Matters. This is our episode 20 of Money Matters. So, if you're new here, welcome to Money Matters. It's a live stream show that we organize every week on Sundays. And this is a place where we talk about different topics regarding personal finance, business finance, as well as entrepreneurship. So, we have many different contents. We have many guest speakers who have come from various backgrounds where they share their own personal experiences, the mistakes they have made with regards to their money, the valuable lessons they have learned regarding it, and how we can learn from their mistakes and apply the lessons that they have learned in our lives before we make those drastic mistakes themselves. So this is very short live stream that we are having every Sunday. You can join us for future episodes as well. And today we also have a very amazing guest speaker. I am somebody who loves listening to people's experience because I feel like it's more fun to listen to people's experience. It kind of makes it seem like it's not all black and white. It's not one rule fits them all, and you can if you figure out something, you have one knowledge about personal finance, you'll be able to master it. There's no such thing. Personal finance is very personal, and therefore by learning from other people's experiences, we'll be able to understand how everything applies to different characters and different personalities, and we can see if any of it connects to us, we'll be able to apply it much better as well. So today we have the amazing from Deaf Device. He's the founder of Deaf Device, and we're going to be talking about mindsets, investments, a lot of different things, especially his entrepreneurship journey. And why we have him here is because he has a tremendous amount of experience. I think he has been involved in graphic design, web design, online marketing, and I think he has been doing this since 1996. So in case you don't know, that is as old as I am. And that's how much of experience he has, which is amazing. So I think all of us will be able to take something back that is valuable from today's session as well. Although Dano is from Germany, he's actually made Malaysia a second home. So we are very proud to have him here, and he's a very good friend, very nice guy, although I'm scared of him at times, but he's really fun to work with him. One of the amazing things that Dano did is he did develop his business called Alexary for, if I'm not mistaken, almost 5 years, and he did manage to successfully sell his business in 2019 as well, which is something very unheard of for Malaysians. Most Malaysians don't even think of selling their business when it comes to at one point. So if you're watching this, let's listen to this new idea, a new concept of selling your business when you have actually developed it up to some point. So we'll be talking about all of these things. So without further ado, let me welcome Dano on screen. I don't know.
Yeah. Hello, Matura. That was such an amazing introduction. I'm baffled.
Really?
I have goosebumps already. I'm starting to like myself.
So yes, so I did not realize that you have so much experience that is equivalent to my lifetime. But yes,
Yeah,
I recently found
yeah.
that out.
Also interesting to learn that you're scared of me. So yeah, that's interesting. I know I have this. Sometimes I have this German face. I know, like some people think like this guy is serious. But yeah, it also keeps me out of trouble. So that's good.
That is also true. Okay, so if for somebody who is scared of the German face, can you tell us a bit about yourself that is not so scary?
I like cats. Yeah, I like
Wow.
cats.
Okay.
So yeah, so I can be very gentle person around cats and dogs and all that. So I am
Okay, I
a
did
pet
not
lover.
expect that at all.
But yeah. I have a very long story with cats. My first cat kind of came to me when I was 14 years old or something. So we spent a lot of time together. I think my entire teenage time until I was 21, I was very close with that cat, and he
Wow.
followed me around to Kempten, to Munich. So he was always by my side, and then at some point he went missing. It was very sad, but yeah, I spent my entire teenage time with a cat. I think
Wow.
that's very cute, right?
Yes. It's extremely cute, and I did not expect that hear that at all. Okay. So we have Dano, the cat lover, here on our show today, and we're going to be talking about many amazing things. And Dano, just maybe we can get started off. I think most of the times when we talk about money and all of that, most people don't realize how much their childhood actually affects their current habits towards money and all of that. So
Mm.
personally, for you, what was your childhood like when it came to wealth and money? What was your perception towards it when you were younger?
Well, to put it into one word, I think it would be scarcity. So, where I come from, there was no money, there was no wealth, there was no financial freedom, even in sight. So it was always. I mean, I was born in Ukraine and I grew up in Kyrgyzstan. So at that time, we were farmers, and we were living in Russia, which was a communist country. Money was not really a thing. So if you wanted to survive, you had to grow your own chicken in a backyard and just take care of yourself, more or less. So then we came to Germany in 1978, and that was to me like a trip to the moon. I mean, it was just like completely unbelievable what I saw. When you come from a village in Kyrgyzstan where the only thing you can buy in a shop was butter and sugar, I think, and bread sometimes. And then you enter a supermarket in Germany where you suddenly have like 20 types of one product and it's like as big as a soccer field. And the people are putting prices themselves. I mean, that was a completely unbelievable concept to us. Like, how could dare people to simply put whatever price they want? Because
Yeah.
in Russia, the price was dictated by the government. I mean, like a piece of butter would cost like 75 kopeki, and that's it. And that was throughout the entire Soviet Union. It was like that. And here suddenly you get choice. You have like different brands. So this whole variety completely struck us. But yeah, I mean, we did not. So capitalism was a very new concept to us.
Yep.
And then of course my parents were struggling to get the grip of this new culture and the new environment and the language and all that, and all the diplomas were not accepted, so everybody was kind of sent back to ground zero, going back to university, going to school and all that. So it was financially, it was not an easy time for us. So we were kind of struggling. We were trying to make ends meet, and I got the message. So I remember one time when we were walking from some, I was at a karate school that time, and we went back from the training, and I was very thirsty. When came back by a shop, and I wanted to buy a can of Coke.
Yep.
I asked my father, can I have a can of Coke? And he said, no, we cannot afford that. And this kind of stuck with me. I think that was like one of these memories when you when something suddenly gets ingrained in your mind, like we cannot afford a can of Coke. So yeah, there was a lot of poverty, a lot of like very, very tight space financially, and that put me up. It put me on this journey to just take care of myself on a very early age. So I started working, I think age 12 or 13. I was a newspaper boy. I started distributing newspapers. So that's how I earned my first pocket money.
Yep.
And then I started my first business when I was 14. I started to repair bicycles. So that was my first entrepreneurial endeavor, and that was quite interesting also. So I actually got a taste of what it's like, to do something on your own terms, and to apply. I mean, I was a bicycle lover since ever. I think I was riding bicycles before I could walk even. And it's kind of same today. I mean, even today I ride bikes, but bigger ones.
Yes.
And I love it. But yeah, so repairing bicycles I was passionate about it. So I kind of made this connection very early. So I can do something. I like doing something. There's a problem that can be solved, and I can apply myself, do something that I love to solve people's problem, like from having a broken bicycle to having a fixed bicycle, and it worked out. So that was my first taste of entrepreneurship, and I think I just got spoiled at that time already, and since then I never understood people who wanted to go to school, to stay in school, to go to college or whatever. I just wanted to get out and just do my own stuff, and that's what I did as early as I could. Yeah.
Amazing. I personally, I'm someone who has not heard of experiences of people who were in the Soviet Union and then eventually Germany. It's mind blowing for me to hear that. In Malaysia, usually they will only talk about that whole Japanese occupation. That's what every grandparents will tell their Malaysian grandchildren.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is a very intense story also, and I also got bits and pieces of that. But yeah.
Mind blowing, mind blowing. If you guys are watching, please do share out this link, guys. I think everyone should be hearing from Dano's experiences of how he has become who he is today. Even if small things like this, I think will kind of like inspire us in ways we did not imagine. Steven is a bit mind blown that he learns about something new about you every time he listens to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Thanks for watching, Steven.
I also did not realize that there was a correlation between you fixing bikes and now you are obsessed with, I think, riding bikes and all of that, which is very, very nice as
Yeah.
well. Um,
So,
Amazing. Okay, so the one of the questions I love asking my guest speakers, and probably they don't really enjoy me asking this, is basically what is the biggest money mistake you have made in your life? So personally for you, what is the one biggest mistake that you have made that you have learned something from?
well, if you consider a mistake as losing money, and I think that's close enough. Losing money can be a mistake.
Yep.
So that's what happened. I had quite a few painful experiences, and I think I learned my lessons from that. Is trusting other people with my money.
Okay.
And by other people, I don't mean like friends and family. I mean people who are considered to be experts and authorities, like huge banks. Like
Yep.
one of the three biggest German bank was one of my first examples. When I was started doing well in Munich in 2002, 2003 around, they took notice of the balance in my bank account, and they started to be very friendly and very helpful and suggesting all these interesting investment schemes for me. And I mean, that was the Commerce Bank, so Commerzbank. So I mean, I was rather naive in terms of investment. I had no idea that was the first time I had money to spend. So my thinking was, well, these guys must be knowing what they're doing, right? So they are the Commerzbank after all. So I said, of course, yeah, that's great. So there's this investment plan. We invest in Hollywood movies, it's a VIP fund, whatsoever, and you will get all these amazing return rates. You only give us 20,000 euros and we'll take it from there. And I said, all right, here's my 20,000 euros. And then for a long time, I didn't hear anything. And then the first notices came in that, oh, this fund didn't do so well. And then suddenly, oh, we lost all the money. So not only did I not get any return, the entire fund went missing, like it went down to zero.
Yep.
Plus, I had to deal with some kind of legal letters and all this admin nonsense for like 10 years after that. Like, so not only did I just lose 20,000 euros, but I also had to deal with all this nonsense afterwards, with all this admin work and paperwork and tax returns and God knows. So it was a nightmare. And it was not the only time this happened. So whenever I went to and dealt with experts and gave them my money to do something with it,
Yep.
magically it went missing completely, like zero.
Yes.
And yes, I think after 2-3 times I learned my lesson, and this is what I don't do anymore. And I'm not saying all banks are bad. This is
Yep.
simply my personal experience, and I'm sure there are investment plans and funds and all and fund managers who are doing a good job. And today I would consider actually to do like a monthly installment with one of these people who have proven to know what they're doing.
Yep.
But after these experiences, my conclusion was to stop giving people money. So my conclusion was the only thing I'm going to do with my money is invest in myself. So that was my personal result out of this experience, to say nobody's going to get my money, especially when I don't know, when I'm 100% sure what it is they're doing, when I have to trust them to know what they're doing. So I'm going to stop that altogether. I'm going to trust myself, and I'm going to invest in my business and my education, in whatever I need to grow my business, because that's the part that I really know, where
Yep.
I am in control. Yes, I can mess up still. It's not like everything is peachy, but still, at least I have invested in myself. I learned my lesson, and I think my own business has the highest potential to grow and has the highest return of investment out of all other investments that I know of. So
Yep.
that's how I deal with money. I invest in myself.
Agreed. I think a lot of people do have, there's the group of people who have went into investments which are scams, and then they go like, okay, so the only ones I'm going to trust is this institutions like banks and all of that. If there's funds there, I'll put my money in there. And then I like how you brought in another perspective of me. You can also look into investing in yourself, your business, and all of that, because at most times those actually bring a lot more returns than actually putting it into these funds and all of that
Yeah.
as well. But do you think this is an idea that will only work for entrepreneurs, or if somebody who is just an employee, would that still apply for them?
I was about to say that. Well, in order to do that, you need to have a business in the first place, right? So
Yep.
it's not going to work as an employee as well. I don't know, unless you can buy shares of your company, but then again, it's a public listed company, and you won't have so much control over its for future.
Yep.
So yeah, I think this advice only works when you have something going on yourself. Yeah, when you have your own business, or if you are kind of involved in businesses, that's when this advice works. Otherwise, of course, you have to find other ways. And as I said, I mean, I don't neglect all the other opportunities which are there. We can always also educate ourselves in trading and investing. We don't have to leave it all to the other guys. We can also like educate ourselves and make smart decisions and diversify and all this. So I would not like brush that off. But as a business owner, and the second part to this thing is when you start and grow your business, oftentimes you don't really have a choice, because I think as I mentioned earlier,
Yes.
we all can be very excited about, yeah, let's open a business, let's be entrepreneurs, let's grow our stuff. But my experience is when we grow, we're broke. It seems to be just the nature of the game, because when we open a business, it requires kind of some investment. I mean,
Yes.
there's always a minimal investment. I mean, to properly launch a product on Amazon, you need $30,000. And of course, all the gurus will tell you, oh, $500 you can start. No, you can't. I mean, not really, not to do it properly. So you need capital to open any kind of business. And then as you grow, and as soon as this business has some kind of inventory, shipping, products, production going on, or staff for that matter, you'll have to invest in it. So when you make more money, you will have to spend more money to come up with the next batch of inventory, with hiring the next employee, to keep it growing. So in this growth process, unless you are a wizard, I think you don't get to keep much money. So the question of how to invest doesn't really come up so much,
Yes.
So it's kind
Yes.
of built into this entrepreneurial life cycle that when you grow, you just reinvest, and that's how you grow your business.
Yep.
And that also is, and the logical next step from that is also, what you mentioned earlier, to sell the business. Because
Yes.
when we sell the business, that is the time when we actually get paid. So that's my experience, and it was a very interesting and an intense experience. Yeah, to me, that was like after 3 years of growing my Amazon business, I saw like what was happening, and I became aware of this opportunity to actually sell it. And I ran the numbers, what it would mean to sell the business. If you have the opportunity to get 3 times your yearly profits at once in a payout, and then you also kind of hand over this business to someone else, and you get all this time and money freedom at once, that's a pretty interesting deal, and I would not brush that one off. So if you can, and I mean, it is, we often talk about like having goals, setting goals, and beginning with the end in mind. I think if you want to set a goal and begin with the end in mind, to have a goal, like I'm going to sell this business, let's say in 3 years time, I want to grow it to a certain level, and then I want to talk early to brokers and to potential buyers to make it happen. I think that would be a good goal to set. And it opens a lot of opportunities. As I said, time and money freedom is one. The other one is also to start something new. I mean, when we can, with this capital, we can then start something which would not be available to us at an earlier stage. So we can enter, we can diversify, we can invest if we want to, So suddenly all these opportunities appear.
Yep. I like that you said there is many alternatives, and one of it is exiting your business, and you will be able to get certain amount of funds from there, which you can then explore and do a lot more different things. So if you are running a business, you guys can consider this as an option. Which personally, I am personally someone who did not even think about it. So only when after talking to Dano and seeing Dano do that, only then it actually became an option in my life actually. So if that in terms of numbers, it seems like a very good plan to like grow the business and then eventually exit the business and all of that. But in terms of emotions and like having that ownership feeling over the business, did you have any struggles to exit the business?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course, if you create a business, you create a brand, you do put in, I mean, every single part of this business had kind of my name on it, so to say.
Yep.
I designed every single package of my products. I designed the logo. I registered the trademark. I had these relationships with my suppliers. I created every single pixel on my Amazon listings. So that was all done by me. And of course,
Yes.
looking back, it shouldn't be that way. You should get people to help you, and you should ask this who, not how question. No, that's a whole different topic. But yes, this was very personal, and yeah, it's as they say, it's like your baby, right? And you grow it, and you see it develop from zero to like a certain stage, and it then becomes it flourishes and all that. So
Yep.
yeah, it was a very tough decision to let it go, and especially in the sales process when you have interested buyers come sign up and sign this LOI, this letter of intent, which kind of allows them to start digging around in your account, and you give them access, and then they can, it's like they can look at whatever they want, and they
Yes.
could take advantage. So it has some very weird moments, yeah, to kind of opening your business to a stranger to go and take a look and check out whatever you want to check out,
Yep.
and then also to hand it over to someone, and then suddenly you look at this, you look at your websites and your Amazon store, and it's like, what, this is not mine anymore. It does feel very weird, but I
Yes.
mean, that's what it is. I mean, we just have to live with that. I mean, it would be also foolish to like keep it for sentimental reasons, right? So yeah, but it's tough. I mean, I will not deny it's a tough period. It's a tough transition to make, and to let go of it. But yeah, I mean, letting go in itself is also a very valuable experience if it serves a higher purpose. So I think so. In this context, it still makes a lot of sense. But yes, it is painful, and it can be awkward, and it can be very stressful at times also.
Yep. As someone who had to let go certain things, I understand how frustrating it can be.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think if you are someone who successfully exited your business and you actually managed to get a buyer, that means you did build an amazing business that people thought was worth buying over. So as someone who started off in like the e-commerce business that you did, right, Alex, sorry, like what were some of the things that you did right that kind of helped you to achieve that goal at the end? That you feel a lot of e-commerce people are not really doing it right now out there.
What did I do right? Well, I guess I put in the effort. I did whatever it takes, and
Yep.
it took a lot to learn how to operate this Amazon thingy, and to figure out all these other moving parts. I mean, selling on Amazon, there's almost nothing which you don't have to learn. I mean, you have to learn design, listing building, list building, advertising, ranking, marketing outside Amazon, running Facebook ads, building your brand store, uh, building your brand itself, dealing with logistics, with shipping, with the customs. There's almost everything you are involved with it. So there's a lot to learn, and it can be very overwhelming, I think. And I think one of the things I did right was to completely dedicate myself and just go for it, and just deal with all the challenges that came, and not give up. And there have been quite a few moments where I felt like throwing my laptop off the balcony. Luckily, I didn't. But yeah, I mean, building a business can have like real tough challenges along the way. And I think what I did right was to just keep going. And you have to apply yourself. I mean, this is not something that's going to happen as a side, as a hobby. I don't think you can build an e-com business as a hobby, like on the side, and try, don't. If you want to try to build an e-com business, you better not try, because it's not going to work. It's not something we can try. It's something we have to do or die kind of thing. So you really have to commit to it, and you have to really apply yourself to go into this, and it has to be like full on. That's what I think. And yeah, I mean, strategically, many things have changed over time, and I'm going to have a talk about this whole ecom topic in 2 days from now with the German Chamber of Commerce. We're going to more into detail about what I think is happening. But yeah, it is still a great time to do e-commerce, but what we need is a slightly different angle. I mean, it's not good enough like 10 years ago to just bring up a product and sell it because nobody else was selling it. That was the advantage like 10 years ago.
Yes.
You could come up with something that no one else was selling, so it was good enough to just have it out there and people would buy it.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. So right now we need a bit more advantages and angles to survive and to compete.
Is any of the services that you currently provide, like under dev device and all of that, helps people to do that exactly in their businesses now?
Wow, what a question. Yes. Well, I humbly believe that I am providing one of the most essential services to make e-com businesses grow.
Okay.
Because we are doing the strategic analysis. I mean, I'm not the right partner for someone to start from scratch. That's not what we do. But if you have a brand, if you have a retail store, if you have a product, or if you're a manufacturer and you are already doing something, if you already have a product, if you're already selling, and then you want to explore the online possibilities and grow online and venture into e-commerce, I think we have a lot to say and about that, and a lot to help, because we do the strategic analysis. We look at the strategy, what is missing right now in your e-com plan, we call it, and what is the next best step to grow, and how can we easily fill the gaps, and where do we need to go. And so we do this holistic strategic approach with our clients, where we look at what is the best path forward to grow online. And then we also provide them, with the services and which are missing. If they need a CRM system, for example, or if they need a chatbot, or if they need a improved website, e-com store, Facebook ads, so we can help them to accommodate all these things which we identify as the best thing to do right now. But the first step is to identify what is most important right now. What is the best strategic step forward?
Yep. Agree. So if anyone is interested to get in touch with Dano to work with him on your business and all of that, you can actually contact him. I'm dropping the link in the chat box so that you guys can comment, so that you can get in touch with him as well. So as Dano mentioned earlier, he is speaking at the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry, where he'll be sharing about e-commerce, how to stay competitive in business. So you can actually sign up as well. The link is also in the comments. I think it'd be a very, very valuable time use of your time if you actually attend this event as well. So the other one of my favorite questions, I think we talked about your mistakes and how you address that mistake as well, which is like investing in your business and all that, and it has brought you to many different places. So over the years of experience that you have, is there like any one particular rule or principle that you have with regards to money that you kind of like follow no matter what happens?
My principle regards to money. Yeah, I mean, I think that one, the one I mentioned, would be my first one, the invest in yourself thing. I mean, this is always like my guiding rule to go by, to invest in myself and to be in control of what I'm doing. Yes. But I think the second one would be to look at my thoughts and beliefs around money, and to have a very close look at what I have learned about money, about abundance, about scarcity, what kind of beliefs have been ingrained in my subconscious mind about money, because these guys can really um, screw us over if we don't take care
Yes.
of them. Because so I think it's one of the most important thing is to just become aware of what's going on. How do I think? How do I process? How do I look at rich people? Are they all crooks, or are they disgusting, or did they get rich because because they're gangsters? Or we can have all these kind of things going on in our heads, and they're not going to help us if we want to achieve financial freedom. So these can be like major roadblocks, and I would really take a close look at how we look at money, at rich people, at earning great amounts of money. Is this something that we can resonate? That we can say, yeah, I deserve this. Do we deserve to be rich, or do we deserve to be poor? I mean, this is a question. Many of us believe they deserve to be poor.
Yes.
So and the best part is most of the time we don't know. We're not aware of these beliefs. So this is something which I think is very important to have a good look at.
Okay, amazing, amazing. I think it's also one of the things we do discuss in Money Matters, where you explore into your what was your programming when you were young and all of that, so that you can correct it and come out of that cycle in a way. Yes,
Limiting beliefs, exactly.
yes, very nice, very nice. Thank you for sharing that, Dano. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us. But if not, I think one of the things that I would like to ask to kind of like end of today's session is also like, as youngsters, people like me who are blur as hell in life, is there any particular advice or like things that you have learned that you feel if we start applying it when we are younger, we'll be able to become successful at a much faster rate?
Mm. How to become successful? Yeah, that's a very humble question you're asking, Matura. As an ending question, so we have 1 more minute. So tell us how to become successful, quick.
One valuable piece of advice from your life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I would have like a nugget in this
Yeah.
area. So when I look back when I look back at what worked and what didn't work, I think the best way to figure out how to succeed is to look for your own wow moments. To look at those moments when you are in awe about something, about a service, a product, an experience. When I mean, bicycles was my wow moment. I was like, bicycles. So it's I didn't have to learn. I knew. So some of us are food lovers. Some of us love, I don't know, vacation. Some of us love furniture, clothing. I mean, we all have our preferences, and we all have some kind of wow moments, I believe. And if we look at these wow moments and then ask ourselves, which one of these would like to provide to other people? Which one of these would I enjoy to kind of provide to others, and which one would I be capable to providing? If I enjoy cooking, like my girlfriend does an amazing job at that. So I go wow about her cooking. But I mean, I'm not a cook, so I'm not going to start cooking. But if I was in this stage where I was looking what to do with my life, I would ask myself, would I, enjoy providing this wow experience to others?
Yeah.
So that would be like my advice if you are trying to figure out your career path.
Very nice, very nice. I think find your wow moment, guys. And when you do find it, see whether it is something you can turn into a career or a business and all of that. Very nice, Dano. Thank you so much for joining us today to share with us. As mentioned, guys, he is speaking, I think, on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Tuesday, 10 a.m., yeah.
Tuesday, 10 a.m. So you can actually sign up. The link is in the comments. We hope to see you more on Money Matters in the future. And thank you so much for joining us today, Dano. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Matura. Thanks for having me. Bye,
All
guys.
right. So that was Money Matters, guys. We are back every week on Sundays, and we bring a new guest speaker every time, and we'll be discussing their personal experiences. I think there's so many things I personally did not expect to learn from Dana's experience, which I did. So if you are looking to learn more from people and kind of like expand our horizons, because we tend to do things the way our family has done it or our environment has done it most of the time. So by listening to people who are outside of our circle, we will be able to expand this worldview, and that is one of the things we aim to achieve through Money Matters. So if you enjoyed today's sessions and you would like to continue to come for more sessions, you actually can sign up for our weekly reminders. So we have a form in the chat box in the comments, where you can subscribe for Money Matters, and you will get weekly updates through WhatsApp or email on the different topics that we have, and the link to tune in to our sessions as well. So I really hope to see you guys in our future sessions. Thank you so much once again. Madhura here, signing off on Money Matters. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Do share this episode with your friends and family. And if you like this episode, leave us a review on our Facebook page, facebook.com/simply empowering. Money Matters is where we aim to provide valuable content to inspire and empower you on your money matters. Thank you once again for watching this episode, and see you guys at the next one.